What's going on, y'all? It's Greg. Greg said it. Good to be back with you all. You know, I've been looking at things, new developments. Colorado, of course, is back in summer camp early this week, right after Memorial Day. New players is coming in. We're starting to see well-off, reach the people, starting to put out videos. We kind of get to put some faces with names outside of just film. We get to see the guys in the building. A lot of people are like, whoa, those guys are a lot bigger than what they look on tape, or maybe definitely say they're a lot bigger than last year. So people are really starting to kind of get a feel, and it's a clear difference. And it makes you think about, like, what's going to be the biggest surprise for people watching this year? Because a lot of people are still running off of old narratives. They're still talking about last year as if last year players are here, as if we don't have a whole new O-line. And they can make it a negative or positive and say, oh, people need chemistry, people need to play together. That's true. But at the same sentence, you want to hold them to a line that if they came back, they wasn't up to par. And a lot of changes have been made. And I think what makes Colorado so dangerous is the fact that people don't want to let go of the past. They want to hold standards that don't really apply directly. Yes, in traditional situations, or theoretically it makes sense, but in this situation it's different. Now, we've seen Porter-built teams over the last few years make a run, meaning a lot of the players that are here this year wasn't there last year. So we know that the portal can be expedited. We know that Coach Prime likes to operate in an expedited manner. So we know it's possible. But we know from past conversations that people don't really want to give Colorado that type of credit. Even if it's possible for everybody else, but not for Colorado. And that's really weird. It's hypocritical at best, because you have to really, really think about it. Colorado has made the adjustments. Colorado has added the players. You said they needed bigger linemen. They went and got bigger linemen. You said they needed more depth in the line and in the trenches. They did it on both sides of the ball. And one thing about that defensive side of the ball, we're starting to be like, whoa, yeah, it's on paper. Yeah, we haven't seen them play together, but they got some pretty dynamic defensive line when you look at the tape. It's almost all-star team-ish, because they brought in some strong defensive tackles who some of them showed what they can do in the spring, and some are coming. So the depth is definitely going to be nowhere near like it was last year. Nowhere near. I mean, we brought in some guys who really can go after that quarterback. We brought in some guys who really can take on 2-3 blockers. We got multiple guys like that on the line. That's scary. We got some strong ends and edge rushers who are proving statistically to know how to go out to get after that quarterback. And not just by themselves, but we bring in multiple. They can kind of like alternate. And the depth just is no fall off. We have that kind of depth where we can have some guys really get after the quarterback, take them out, let them get a rest, and bring 2 more in that can get after that quarterback. And some guys in that middle who really can stuff it up. And when you look at that, and people say, oh, we got Colorado not ranked. Okay, we say that. Then you say Colorado's last in their conference. You've been very disrespectful. You're misleading. You're misguided. There's no way in the world with the talent on that defense that it's going to be anywhere near what it was last year. And like I've said 100 times, we know that Colorado is better than the 418. You can play the little silly numbers game if you want to. You know for a fact that they could have easily won a few more games just off of just how tight the game was. And it was some mishaps, some calls or whatever. And we know the last game was straight out taken from them. Whether you say that all the other team players were there or not, the record, since you want to throw the record in their face, you know that that record wouldn't have been 4-8 if they hadn't stole that game alone. So every game counts. And so don't play the numbers game when you know that some of them games was taken and they were close. But it is what it is. The point is, last year's team was 4-8 on the worst case. So how dare you say that this team, which is much better, talent-wise, depth-wise, even coaching-wise, how dare you say they're going to do it? That's wishful thinking. There's something crazy going on where you would think that they're going to be the same or worse Some people say they'd be lucky to win 4 games. Some people need to go to mental asylum because it makes absolutely no sense. Colorado will be the team to beat in the conference. Greg said it. That's what I do. Ain't no holding back, no playing politically correct. I said it, stamp it, and we'll see you later. This team right here, I came out in the beginning, was the guy who said 10-2. This before all these other new pieces came. So it's only further solidified what I felt and what I saw. They're loaded. Whether you know it or not. When you come in just to banter and talk junk and tease and think it's fun and games and then disappear when they go to winning, it's going to be probably not even bit there. That's just clownish. You just clowning. But I hope you're not serious if you think that this team is going to get beat. These teams that they're going to play, they're not built like that. They're not built to just run over Colorado. They're not even built to run over the last year Colorado team because Shedeur and the offense really kept them in a lot of the games. He could score. With a bad line, he could score. So what do you think when we just brought in a big 6'6", 250, not 350, 360 linemen, multiple big linemen. So you can't say we need some weight. We got multiple big linemen from Texas, from Clemson, from quality programs, quality linemen. So how do you say that they're just going to run through these guys? You can say they don't have no film. You can say what you want. The quality of linemen is just clearly different. So don't underestimate and don't be disrespectful. This line will be a lot better. And it don't have to be extreme better to get Shedeur that extra second. We're starting to see film after film that you didn't see it in the game. Our receivers were open. They just didn't have time to get the ball to them. Travis was open. Omarion was open. We know Jimmy was open. We know Xavier Weaver was open. So it wasn't a matter that we couldn't get open. It's just that, yeah, it was some busted routes at times, but we also seen that he was running for his life. That's not debatable. That's a fact. You get this guy more time, that just means more points. He scored a lot of points last year. I know it kind of turned down towards the end of the year. The line just got really ridiculous. He was hurt. He was hobbling. But even still, he was able to score a lot of points. He was able to put up a lot of touchdowns and a lot of yards. Common sense say, you get this man more time and keep him cleaner, it's going to be hard to beat him. It was hard enough to beat him without a line. Then you add to the fact that the defense line is not going to be struggling to put pressure on the quarterback. Oh, we need to put more pressure. They're going to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and they're going to be able to stop their run up the middle. They're just built that way. When you put those two factors in, you would be the fool to say that my 10-2 floor, not ceiling. A lot of people want to play this floor ceiling thing. Oh, 8-4 floor. I'm not. Look here. I feel like I'm giving you grace to give them two teams to beat them. That's what I said from the beginning. And then I got to say which two. And then everybody throw all these names around, but you foolish to think that most of these teams are built to shut them down on the offense and defense. It's just not realistic. I gave y'all 2 grace games where somebody can sneak up or be a close game or whatever. But I said a long time ago, if I 8-4, I said 8-4 would be average, below average for them. It wouldn't be a good season. Because I said last year, at best, they could have ran 8-4, 7-5. So just to do a little better than what you had the potential to do last year, even though that what happened, they had the potential. And we saw that with the games that they could have won. We know they gave away Stanford. We know they gave away Utah. That's 2 games right there. That's 6 games right there. So don't say they couldn't have been 7-5. All they had to do is win 1 or 2 more games. It'd be 7-5, 8-4. See, I can prove it. It's no theory here. It was possible. It didn't require nothing but them to finish out the Stanford game and not get the Utah game stolen from them. And win a UCLA or Oregon State, Arizona, those games they were close in. One of those games. It's just that simple. That's not the case this year. They shouldn't be barely, scraping in like that. So that's why I say 8-4 is not, to me, and I'm starting to hear other people say it. Not a lot of people, but that's my stance. 8-4 to have 2 possible Heisman candidates and in the Big 12, that would be acceptable for you. But for the quality of talent they have that maybe you don't know they have, they should really be shooting at making a run. They call it Cinderella. Call it what you want. They have the talent and the pieces to run through the Big 12 and to get off in the playoff. They have the ability to do that. Keep that in mind. Colorado is a very sneaky team because everybody's playing with their name. Everybody's looking past them, talking about last year. And once they run up on people and start making a noise, it's going to be too late. And it's going to be a fiasco. Because you're going to start, oh, they 6-0. Oh, we didn't expect that. You didn't expect that. And that's when it's going to get real. All they have to do is stay healthy, use their pieces the right way, use their depth the right way. I don't see no reason why it'd be hard for anybody in the Big 12 to beat them. It could be competitive games, absolutely. But if you catch them and playing around with them, and they catch you slipping, they can run up the score on you. And they can step on you. Because they got the offense to put up high numbers, and they got the defense to shut you out and to shut the game down. Remember, Greg said it. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all soon.